And I think in the same way, he has always raised up generations of what I would like to call a false prophet. There have been many of them in the past, and I'm going to just tell you this right now. Some of the most consequential false prophets that have existed throughout the tenure of history have oftentimes been the ones that have been the most influential. And folks, this Pope that is right now eerily reminds me of what the perfect description of the false prophet will be. It is scary beyond any recognition or understanding. I am looking at an article right now that talks about the Pope Francis, launching the Vatican 7-year Laudato Si. It's an action plan to implement environmental sustainability in different sectors of the church, from religious orders to Catholic schools and hospitals. Let me quote to you what the Pope is saying here. He makes this statement. He says, quote, "We need a new ecological approach that can transform our way of dwelling in the world, our styles of life, our relationship with the resources of earth, and in general, our way of looking at humanity and of living life." There's a video message that he does of this. Hard for most people to even discern because he's not speaking in the English language who would be watching this video. But I can just tell you this. He makes some absolutely crazy statements. Look at some of the statements that he makes. And before we go over them, these are the areas that he wants to influence. He wants to influence different sectors that he defines as families, parishes, schools, hospitals, businesses, organizations, and religious orders. Yes, he wants to influence religious orders. He says that this will literally transform different areas. Let me tell you what he quotes. I'm going to quote this. He says, "Our selfishness, our indifference, and our irresponsible ways are threatening the future of our children." Sounds right. I mean, I guess that makes sense. But look at what he says as he uses his self-righteous, ridiculous, hard leftist way of thinking in leading lots of people in the wrong direction. He says, "I therefore renew my appeal. Let us take care of our Mother Earth." He says, our Mother Earth, folks. "Let us overcome the temptation of selfishness that makes us predators of resources. Let us cultivate respect for the gifts of the earth and creation. Let us inaugurate a lifestyle in society that is finally eco-sustainable." Listen to this. This is crazy. He says, "We have the opportunity to prepare a better tomorrow for all. From God's hands, we have received a garden. We cannot leave a desert to our children." Sounds really, 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 really nice, doesn't it? But what this guy is pushing, what this guy is seeking to do, is he is bringing the New World Order, the one world government, into fruition. He is making it what he refers to as religiously correct, to bring in this sort of ecumenical kind of one world religion that will all unify around a single purpose, and that is the worship of Mother Earth. Folks, I am telling you, we are getting closer and closer and closer to the imminent return of Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, the church is going to get raptured soon, because you've got to understand what we're looking at here. We are looking at the formation of what is beginning to be a palatable mechanism of swallowing the ideal of worshiping Mother Earth instead of the true and living God. Now, the Bible has said that this has been the case for years, but this is becoming way more extreme than we've ever seen it in history, and we are watching the formation of something unbelievable taking place in world history. Folks, this is unbelievable. And if you do not believe in the false prophet, if you don't believe in what eventually will become that very person who is going to lead everybody into feeling religiously justified into worshiping the final Antichrist, just watch the actions of the Pope. He is beginning to make these things more acceptable and more palatable. And he is ignoring the Bible more and more as it relates to what God has to say about these things. Folks, this is scary. if you don't know the Lord. But if you love the Lord, you're about to get very excited here because it's evidence of the fact that Jesus Christ is coming soon. Folks, be watchmen, be watchwomen. Keep your eyes open. Take a look at what's going on. Be sober-minded. Because even people who are supposed to be the most religious of symbols are running towards the woke industrial complex, are running towards the worship of Mother Earth, are running towards ecology that leads to globalism.